Every single day, more and more Americans are quietly making a life-changing decision. They are leaving the United States, not just for a short trip or vacation, but to build a new life somewhere else. People who once believed the American dream was unshakable are starting to feel like it is slipping away. Rising living costs, overwhelming stress, a complicated healthcare system, and the feeling that something is no longer the same have pushed thousands of people to ask themselves a powerful question: what if life could be better in another country? And many are not just asking that question, they are taking action. They are selling their homes, quitting their jobs, packing up their lives, and stepping onto planes with the hope of creating a new beginning. A beginning that offers more peace, more freedom, and more financial security. What most people don't realize is that this is not just a small wave of people leaving. It is a quiet but massive movement that is reshaping how many Americans view home, happiness, and freedom. In this video, we are going to uncover why so many Americans are deciding to leave, the real reasons behind this growing shift, and the countries they are choosing to call their new home. Stay with me until the end, because what you are about to hear might change the way you see your future. This isn't just a headline or a passing trend, it's already happening. Right now, there are millions of Americans who no longer live in the United States. In fact, estimates suggest that over 9 million U.S. citizens have made the choice to settle abroad. That number alone is larger than the population of many entire countries. And what makes this even more striking is that it's growing every single year. More people are leaving behind their familiar routines to build a new life somewhere else. For some, it's about financial freedom. For others, it's about a slower lifestyle, affordable healthcare, or simply a sense of peace they can't find at home. It's not just retirees looking for warm weather. It's families, young professionals, digital nomads, and business owners, all choosing to rewrite their story abroad. What once felt like a big risk is now becoming a clear path for millions. When you hear that millions of Americans are choosing to live abroad, it's not just a passing trend. These numbers reflect real frustrations, real struggles, and real choices. Behind every decision to leave is a story, a push that makes people feel they'd have a better life somewhere else. To truly understand this movement, we need to look at the biggest reasons driving it. Reason number one is one of the strongest push factors is healthcare. Medical costs in the U.S. are extremely high, and for many families, even basic treatment or insurance is a heavy financial burden. People want to live in countries where healthcare is more affordable and accessible, without the constant fear of medical debt. This search for security and peace of mind is a major reason why many take the step to move abroad. Reason number two. Another big reason is the rising cost of living. From housing to groceries to transportation, many Americans feel like their income simply doesn't stretch far enough anymore. In some cities, rent alone takes up half a person's paycheck. In contrast, moving abroad can mean a lower cost of living, more affordable housing, and more breathing room in everyday life. For many, this is the difference between constantly struggling and finally living comfortably. Reason number three. Politics and social division also play a huge role. Many people are frustrated or exhausted by growing polarization, unstable leadership, and cultural conflict. Some feel disconnected from the direction the country is heading and begin to look for places where they feel more secure, respected, and in harmony with the values around them. Reason number four. Life in the U.S. can be fast-paced and stressful. Many Americans feel trapped in a cycle of long working hours, limited vacation time, and constant pressure to keep up. In contrast, many countries offer a slower pace, more flexible schedules, and a culture that values time spent with family and personal well-being. For people who can work remotely, this becomes a practical and achievable lifestyle shift. Reason number five. The rising cost of everything, combined with inflation and unpredictable economic changes, creates a sense of instability. Even people who are employed and doing well feel uncertain about the future. For many, moving abroad isn't about giving up, it's about gaining control. They're seeking places where their money goes further and where financial stability is more predictable. Reason number 6. Safety is another powerful factor. Concerns about crime, gun violence, or social unrest make people question their long-term future in the U.S. Many are drawn to countries where they feel safer, more connected to their neighbors, and part of a stronger community. It's about finding a place where they don't just live, they feel secure. Reason number 7. For retirees, the decision is often practical. Their savings or pension can go much further abroad than it does in the U.S. Lower housing costs, affordable health care, and a more relaxed lifestyle allow them to live more comfortably without constantly worrying about expenses. This financial relief is a major push factor for older Americans seeking a better quality of life. When you put all these push factors together, healthcare, cost of living, politics, quality of life, safety, and financial stability, a clear picture begins to form. This isn't about running away. For millions of Americans, it's about moving towards something better. And once that realization sets in, the next question becomes almost inevitable. Where are they going? Because behind every decision to step away from the familiar, there's a dream of a life that feels freer, lighter, and more fulfilling. The truth is, millions have already found that better in places far beyond U.S. borders. One of the most popular destinations is Mexico. Just a few hours away from the U.S., it offers lower living costs, warm weather, and a vibrant, welcoming culture. Cities like Mexico City, Mérida, and Puerto Vallarta have quietly transformed into thriving expat hubs where people can live more comfortably and stress-free. Another favorite is Canada, a place that promises stability, affordable health care, and a calmer pace of life. For families and professionals, the cultural familiarity makes it feel less like starting over and more like finding a safer, steadier version of home. Across the Atlantic, Europe is calling more Americans than ever. Countries like Spain, Portugal, and Italy offer something many say they can't find anymore: slower rhythm of life, beautiful streets, affordable healthcare, and a sense of community. Portugal, in particular, has become a top choice for those craving both adventure and comfort. Then there's Southeast Asia, a region that has become a magnet for digital nomads and early retirees. In Thailand, Vietnam, and the Philippines, the cost of living is dramatically lower, but the quality of life can be surprisingly high. Imagine waking up to warm sun, fresh local food, and the freedom to actually enjoy your day. Central and South America are rising fast too, with countries like Costa Rica, Panama, and Colombia drawing in those who want nature, community, and a simpler way of living. The residency pathways are often easier, and the sense of belonging can come quicker than people expect. What's happening isn't just a wave of relocation. Americans aren't simply running from problems. They're moving toward places where they can build a life that truly feels like theirs. A life with less pressure, more connection, and far more freedom. But here's the thing. Creating that kind of life takes more than a plane ticket and a dream. Moving overseas isn't just about picking a beautiful country on the map. It's about building something real, sustainable, and stable in a completely new environment. Many Americans who've made this leap successfully share one thing in common: they prepared carefully. It starts with understanding visa and residency rules. Every country has different entry requirements, and knowing them early can save a lot of stress later on. Some offer retirement visas, others focus on work or investment opportunities, and a few even have special digital nomad programs for remote workers. Then comes cost of living. While many countries offer a more affordable lifestyle than the U.S., it's crucial to know exactly what your monthly budget will look like. Things like housing, healthcare, transportation, and daily expenses can vary widely depending on where you settle. Healthcare access is another key factor. For many Americans, this is one of the main reasons for moving in the first place. But every country's system is different. Some provide excellent public health care at very low costs, while others Others may require private insurance. Doing this research before moving ensures you're not caught off guard. And then there's culture and community. Visiting a place as a tourist is one thing, but living there is something entirely different. Learning about the local culture, language basics, and how expats adapt can make a huge difference in how smoothly the transition goes. Finally, long-term stability should always be part of the plan. Whether it's securing a legal path to stay long-term, setting up income streams, or making sure you have a safety net, these steps turn a dream into a real, lasting lifestyle. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about leaving the US. It's about creating a life that truly works for you. A life with more balance, less pressure, and a sense of control over your future. When you step back and look at the bigger picture, it's clear this isn't just a passing trend. More Americans are choosing to shape their own future instead of waiting for things to change. For some, it's a search for freedom. For others, it's about stability, security, or simply living a life that feels more balanced and meaningful. Whatever the reason, this movement is growing, and it's rewriting what home means for millions of people. And maybe this story has sparked a thought in you too. Whether you're planning a move or just curious about what's possible, understanding your options is the first real step forward. If this video gave you a new perspective, consider subscribing to the channel. I'll be sharing practical guides, real experiences, and valuable insights to help you explore what life abroad can truly look like. Your journey doesn't have to happen overnight, but it can begin right now with the decision to learn, prepare, and build a future that feels like yours.